Okay, a very good evening to all, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. So today is 14 November 2023, Tuesday class. So as usual, we will be having our physical puja. So let us now compose our mind, develop the faith, sada, virya. Then mindfully we shall have the puja offerings. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无弥勒佛，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。นะโมพุทธะอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวะพุทธังภะคะวันตังอะภิวาเทมิสุขโตภะคะวะตาธัมโมธัมมังนะมัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนะมามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังสรณังกัจฉามิธัมมังสรณังกัจฉามิสังฆังสรณังกัจฉามิDutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Meccacara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Let us turn to page 3 of the chanting book. We will chant the Padipa Puja onwards. Ganna Sarapaditena Dipena Tamadang Sina Diloka Dipang Sambuddhang Pujayami tamonudang Ganda sambara yutena Dopena hang sugang hina Puja ye puja niyang tang, Puja bhajana muttamang, Vanna gandha gunopetang, Etang kasuma santatin, Pujayami munindasa, Siri pada sarohe. Pujemi buddhang kusimena nena, Punnena matena cha gotu mokhang, Pupang milayati yata idang me, Kayo tata yati vinasa bhavang, Adivase tu no bante, Paniyang parikapitang, Anukampang upadaya, Patiganha muttamang, Adivase tu no bante, Pale parikapitang, Anukampang upadaya, Patiganha muttamang, Adivase tu no bante, Bojanang parikapitang, Anukampang upadaya, Patiganha muttamang. Now we shall chant the puja aspiration based on our understanding of the significance of all these puja offerings. Significance of offering of light. May this offering of light to the Buddha brings forth the causes and conditions to illuminate our mind and help arise the needed clarity and understanding to dispel all darkness or ignorance therein. Significance of offering of water. May this offering of pure, clear, cool water lead us to the pure, clear Dhamma that cools and doses off the fires of all defilements within our mind. Significance of offering of incense. May our morality, virtue, and understanding shine forth far and wide, just like the fragrance of this incense, which we are offering to the Blessed One, who is perfect in wisdom and virtue. Significance of offering of fruits. May this offering of fruits remind us of the Dana Parami of generosity and the fruit of our karma, so that we will diligently strive on with heedfulness to attain the path and fruition soon as possible. Significance of offering of flowers. May this constant offering of flowers to the Blessed One strengthen our faith and constantly remind us of the impermanence of this body, so that we will diligently and sincerely strive on to cultivate Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, leading to ultimate liberation, the bond-free Nibbana. Making of overall aspiration. By the power of all these merits, born of these offerings, may our spiritual faculties of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, and Panya be further strengthened until they become balas or powers. Sharing and transfer merits to all beings. May these merits be shared and transferred to all beings without exception, especially to those who have the condition and affinity to receive them. Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let us pay respect to Puja. Buddhang Pujami. Dhammang Pujami. Sanghang Pujami. So by now I think how to develop the awareness-based meditation should be clear to all. Because this inner awareness, which is sati or mindfulness, is very important. For we all know sati is life. Without sati, you become heedless. So ability to be mindful, aware is very important. And there are very important benefits that come along with it. First of all is to enable us to be in a state of inner awareness to realize our true mind, so that we know without thought we are just that awareness nature within. So the awareness nature within, after you have stabilized it, you will come to understand all things arise from there. It is from that nature that all our thought processes, all our aggregates of mind, they manifest from that. Yeah. But of course, you need the other supporting causes and conditions to allow its arising, to enable its arising. So the other supporting causes and conditions are our physical body. Our physical body with the sense basis, the 5 basic physical sense bases. We have the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, tactile, and finally the brain. So these are the 6 sense bases that can allow us to manifest the 6 types of consciousness, respective sense of consciousness that enable us to know the world and interact with the world. And this is how we become animated into a living being. So ability to be aware of all this manifestation and ability to see all this clearly is very important. Because this is basic wisdom, basic understanding. Without this awareness to understand all this, we cannot understand the Buddha's teaching in its actual deep essence or meaning. The greatest of all delusion that actually manifests to entangle the living being is Sakkāyadiṭṭhi, like the Buddha's teaching. He explained it very clearly. It is because of Sakkāyadiṭṭhi or self-delusion that living beings entangle themselves and attach and cling to these 5 aggregates of form and mind. So deludedly clinging on to these 5 aggregates of form and mind is a cause of delusion. And the worst is to cling onto the mundane mind, the thinking mind, the thought process, which is the second aspect of the 5 aggregates of form and mind. The first aspect as a living being already is bad enough. This is the first delusion or inversion. Then after that, we believe this aggregates of form and mind, the first aspect as a human being, is real, exists, is what we are. So that delusion actually creates a lot of wrong view, leading to all the misunderstanding, conflict, suffering, and misery, even war or whatever. They arise from the mind. That's why the Buddha said, our mind is the forerunner of all things. Mind is chief. When mind arises, all things arise. This refers to the mundane mind, the thinking mind. So this mind is the second aspect of the 5 aggregates of form and mind that we, living beings, deludedly cling to. So when we cling onto it, we believe we exist. We believe there is a permanent, unchanging entity that we can identify with and call it the human being or the living being. Then this is the one that become like traveler in space and time, continuously taking rebirth due to avijja, ignorance, due to lack of understanding, we grasp, we cling, we hold to the 5 degree of form and mind, then the whole samsaric process fall into place. And that's how we become entangled. Then we lost our ability to understand that this is not real, this is not what we are. This 5 degree of form and mind, or the so-called living being and the mundane mind, is only a what we call illusion. It is not real. It is dependent, originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena, not a permanent and changing entity, no reality. So ability to see this and awaken to it is the most important understanding of meditation. That's why able to break free from Sakkāyadiṭṭhi can awaken the living being and develop the wisdom to free the mind to a very large extent. So at least you can become a Sotapanna or Sotapan. So this is the first stage of sainthood, the awakening. Once you are already a Sotapan or beyond, then you are safe. Then the whole of the understanding and training become relatively easy and clear. Then life become meaningful and everything follow. So that's why we need to develop this awareness nature within. Yeah. So this awareness nature is what we call our meditative mind, or the awareness nature within. And when you can silence your mind and develop the ability to realize it, then this is also your true mind. Without thought, that is the awareness nature. It manifests by itself. In fact, it's all the time there. But because living beings are heedless, completely entangled and lost in thought, they fail to realize that they have another nature within, which is beyond the thought, beyond the mundane thinking, beyond the mundane manifestation of all the mundane consciousness that created the phenomenal world of form and mind, phenomenal world of consciousness. So this is how creation comes to be. With mindfulness, with awareness within, we're supposed to see all this and awaken to it. Then meditation becomes very simple. That understanding will liberate your mind. Then through mindfulness, you will continue to develop your understanding deeper and deeper and deeper. Then the whole of the transformation process will occur. Then after it happens, it will enable you to understand spiritual teaching. Because this awareness nature or sati or mindfulness is a spiritual faculty. Once you develop it, it will stabilize and become samadhi. Then with sati and samadhi, you can continue to see things as they are, to insight into phenomena, to awaken to the 3 universal characteristics of nature, anicca, dukkha, and anatta. And this is how you become enlightened. This is how wisdom frees the mind, nothing else. Not all the fantastic meditation, no. Not all the psychic and all those things. It's purely wisdom, born of understanding clearly who we are, what we are, and what are all these so-called manifestations that arise through the consciousness. How from that nature, together with the sense basis and the sense data, they trigger off the 18 sense rhyme that manifests as consciousness. That's why it's called existent, life. That's how the phenomenal world of consciousness come to be. So without the sense basis, without consciousness and the awareness nature, all this cannot happen. So understanding all this through sati, through mindfulness, is the most important. And that is why all this while I try to teach you all how to develop sati or mindfulness. Not until the later years, the last few years, do I have the condition to straight away teach you how to develop it through the direct way, which is also the six patriarchs' Huining's way. The first hallmark of Huining is to take you to realize your true mind, your silent mind. That's why he called it the first hallmark of no thought. When you can realize no thought, 无念的境界, then you realize your true mind, your true nature. And this is your awareness nature, sati. And this is the first thing that comes out from our pure nature. Some call it the oneness nature, some call it the Buddha nature, some call it the original nature, some call it the source. Whatever name you give is not important as long as you understand what it is. But to understand that, we need to develop this sati. Then from there, we develop the understanding, the wisdom. Then with the wisdom, the mind realizes itself and sees. Then that nature becomes more and more stable, more and more stable, more and more stable. Until you can detect the gateway to that nature. And then only you can develop the inner transformation to finally transform until you can illuminate that nature. So the Bodhi mind that illuminates that nature is very beautiful, very powerful. And to reach that state, you are already very advanced in your cultivation. Only those who take the Bodhisattva way, they go that way. If you do just the sainthood way, no need. Just the first three support is enough. Relax, maintain awareness, and stabilize the awareness so that you are ever mindful, constantly meditative. Okay, so with this, I think I will allow you to develop the awareness-based meditation on your own. I will set the 30 minutes of alarm so that you all can develop the awareness-based meditation. So when the 30 minutes is up, this alarm will trigger off. Then I will ring the bell 3 times. Upon hearing the bell, slowly, mindfully, come out of the meditation. Then whatever you have developed, your inner peace, inner calmness, inner awareness, you try to maintain it for as long as you can. These are the mind states you need to live your daily life, to develop the daily mindfulness, to be heedful in the midst of life. You all can slowly, mindfully come out of meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness within that you have developed for as long as you can. Invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities or Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release, Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gaccantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajasa Sunantu Sakkāyadiṭṭhi Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badantha Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badantha Dhamma Sharing Kalo Ayang Badantha Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Piso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipaseko Opanaiko Pacatang Veditabo Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyānyā Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sāmici Patipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidang Cattari Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaneyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can be seated. Then, before we start, we are at actually page 488 at the stanza there. On the thing, so this one is from this book, the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutra. We are at volume 3. Chapter 2, Expedient Devices. This is based on the Lotus Flower Sutra, the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutra, 妙法蓮華經, commentaries by Master Hsuan, and also the Sutra proper. But before we start, today I want to explain a bit more. When you develop this awareness-based meditation, I want to explain just now at the beginning, because today I actually wanted to make it more easy for you to develop the understanding of what you are doing. This is the first time I explain why you need to develop this awareness-based meditation, so that the awareness within can be stabilized and understood. So most of the time, it's only to teach you how to do this awareness-based meditation so that you see the importance of having it to develop the sati within the mindfulness. Then the other aspect were just briefly mentioned. But today I start to develop the deeper understanding. So those who have done it, you can understand. So now you listen. You see, this awareness-based meditation, like I explained just now, the first thing to come out from our nature is this awareness. That's why the pure awareness. And that one is a nature within. It's not a mundane mind. It's not a thinking process. But this nature is very special, very powerful, very unique in the sense that it is just aware, that nature. But from this nature, it can manifest into the mundane mind, thinking mind, very fast. The two like very near to each other. But without sati, without mindfulness, there is no way you can realize it. There is no way you can understand it. There is no way you can see it. If you cannot see it, you cannot understand. That's why living being, most of you all, before you develop this ability to be aware within, you don't understand what is going on within you. And you don't even know who are you, what are you, how you function as a human being, how you manifest, and how you know the world, and how you interact with the world. There is no way of you understanding it. Yeah. You may have a concept or an idea of who you are, what you are, with all the personality, character that you condition yourself into. Then with the bundle of memories that hold on to all the views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, all of your accumulated memories, good and bad. Based on that, you actually define yourself. You cling on to that, hold on to that, and believe you are that. That's why that entity actually become like very strongly conditioned and grounded into your personality, your egoic mind. That's why that Sakkāyadiṭṭhi that has been planted is so difficult to eradicate. So the first delusion that actually entangle living being to this samsaric world is Sakkāyadiṭṭhi, self-delusion, not able to understand clearly who we are, what we are, is the main reason. So like J. Krishnamurti put it, to have this inner awareness, or he used the word to be aware, is to develop the understanding of who we are, what we are. And he used the word self-knowledge. Here self-knowledge means understanding clearly who are you, what are you. Is there really a self within, a being within, a permanent, unchanging entity within your own so-called form and mind? So living being's problem is, when you are born into this existential world, you believe you exist. You are born. You have a reason. And you are given a name and identity to identify yourself. Then the external outward appearance, external form, actually develop the character of who you are and what you are. So from there, they label you, they name you, yeah? Based on your skin complexion, color, and all those things. Then follow your parents, You will be given a name. Based on their religious belief, maybe you will follow. Then later on, maybe you change belief. Then apart from that, you go through the social conditioning, the education system, the social media, the culture, the society's what they call evolution. So everything that we experience since birth until now is a process of what they call conditioning that we are going through. So without this inner awareness to understand what is going on, we continue to fall into this what they call process of conditioning. That's why we become heedless, entangled, deluded. And the only instrument we understand is the thought process. Thought, be knowledge, be memory. We operate from there. That's why we are always, most of the time, almost 90% of the time, before we know this awareness-based meditation, we are at the forehead, creating thought, thinking. That's why thought is respond to memory. Because of memory, thought arises. If you don't believe, you try. Without thought, without memory, can you create a thought? You can't. Like the baby, newborn baby, you can't. If you have not have any memory of that thing, you cannot even come up with the word or the concept of what that thing is. Yeah. So all this is just the preliminary understanding of the process of being born as a human being in our case. Whereas the generalized one is a living being. But like I always explain, to come to this universe, the existential world that we live in, we need a form of mind, a physical form, a consciousness, or mundane mind trapped inside. So the Buddha divided the mind into 4 aggregates, like we have gone through. We ask ourselves, what can our mind do? Our mind can develop feelings. That's why there is this aggregates of feeling, which is Vedana in Pali. Then our mind can perceive, cognize things. That's why perception is another quality of mind, aggregates of mind. The Buddha called it Sanya in Pali. Then our mundane mind also can think, can arise mental activity, mental intention, mental states, emotions. Then it can do all the planning, scheming, even they call daydreaming and all those things. So all these are sankhara activity. Everything that your mundane mind can do is sankhara, including ability to feel and to perceive. Then because of the sense basis, together with the sense data, it can trigger off consciousness. The respective 6 sense door can trigger off the respective 6 type of sense door consciousness. That's why we can be conscious of what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we tactily feel and think. And this is the gift from nature. And because of that, we start to have this ability to know the world, to interact with the world, to develop what we call life, existence, to experience all of the mind-right beauties and wonders of life through our senses. The beautiful world of sight and sound. smell and taste, tactile and thought process. All these are the great instruments from nature. Yeah. So this aspect has been performed by us human beings for very long, since birth until now. Unless you know how to meditate, develop the inner awareness, to realize that there is another nature behind all this creation, before the arising of all this, the sense of consciousness. From the sense basis, upon contact of consciousness with the sense data, it will trigger off the respective sense of consciousness. Then from our brain, our memories, our views, opinion, and conditioning and belief system, we input the content of consciousness. Then it becomes a thought. And that is how we actually create thinking, thought process, through response to memory and the input of the content of consciousness. And we believe this is what we are. That's why by clinging to this form and mind, the first aspect as a human being, we think we exist, we think we are real, we identify ourselves so strongly with the name that is given, with the identity that is being created for you through the what they call nations, law and order. Then we also have what we call physical identification based on your skin color, your parents' race, nationality, identity. Then they actually identify you. For some who are less fortunate, if their parents didn't have the proper documentation, or they fail to actually comply with the rules of law, then what happens is the child may not be identified as that country's citizen. They can become like without nationality. And this one can bring forth a lot of problems to the child, to the parents, to the loved ones that actually raised them. So all this is what existence is all about. Then the purpose of our Buddhist meditation, as taught by the Buddha, is to develop the clearer understanding, the deeper understanding of what we are and who we are before all these things manifest, come about. And to do that as a human being is not easy. That's why it depends on your past karmic, your conditioning, your condition when you are born into this world. Whether you have that past causes and condition or karmic conditioning or spiritual understanding, to search, to develop this understanding through meditation, to train your mind, to develop the understanding of who you are, what you are, and the understanding that goes back all the way to your awareness nature before the arising of all this so-called thought process and consciousness that actually trigger off the phenomenal world of consciousness. So initially it's the five aggregate of form and mind, the two aspects. First aspect as a human being or living being. Second aspect, mental five aggregate, where we create thought. Like I said, initially we are that pure nature. And the pure nature is not a thought. It's not an entity that is what they call dependent originating, condition arising, cause of phenomena. Initially it's just that pure awareness nature. It's just a nature. It's not a being. It cannot come out and live life. It's not a thought process. It's not a mundane mind. It's not the thinking. But from that nature, as we are born into this world, through our conditioning and education or whatever, it develops what they call the thinking process, the thought process. Then from there, we fall. We fail to remember our original nature, true nature before all this. So because of that, the entanglement, the delusion, the Sakkāyadiṭṭhi started the whole process of what we call samsaric movement, or the birth and death of living being. So when we identify the five aggregate of form and mind, we believe you are real, then that one actually trigger off the whole samsaric process of birth and death. And because of that Sakkāyadiṭṭhi, every time the physical lifespan is gone, or the mental life force lifespan is gone, the form and mind that is dependent originating dies. Die means separation of the consciousness from the form. Then no more condition for that form and mind to continue to sustain itself. That's why it ceases to be. Then you say, you die. Then because of ignorance, avidya, at the moment of death, the last thought moment, it triggers off what we call rebirth consciousness. Because there is this Sakkāyadiṭṭhi, avidya, born of self-delusion. And this avidya is the one that actually conditions rebirth. So from there, the last thought moment that has this ignorance inside, it will condition the rebirth consciousness. Then whatever rhyme or existence you take depend on your karmic nature, on whatever you do prior to it. So this is the process. So the living being that grabs onto this five aggregate of form and mind, thinking that they are real, becomes the permanent, unchanging entity that you hold on to, you think you exist. You are the traveler in space and time. Born, die, born, die, born, die, the segmented line. Over eons and eons and eons, until you develop the meditative understanding to liberate and cease. So this process of evolution will continue. That's why it's very important to develop this understanding of life, to develop this understanding of who you are, what you are. The first thing that you have to do is to train your mind to develop this ability to be aware within. So this awareness nature, now I come to the second part. After I explain this, like just now I explained, you need to only relax body and mind, then maintain awareness. Means silent everything. Don't try to know, don't try to do anything. Relax, maintain awareness. Then stabilize it. Then you will reach the state of no thought. That's why I always give you the kongan, the inquiry. Without thought, who are you? In the meditative state, you can understand. Because you can see very clearly, like I explained, the awareness nature, when it manifests, you will know. The cultivator of the way, the five aggregate of form and mind, without thought, that nature inside there, no word, nothing. That nature is all the time there, is the eternal nature. It was there even before the thought process. So to realize that is the beginning of understanding, the beginning of the meditative process. That's why there is the first hallmark of winning. To realize the state of no thought, 无念的境界. So the moment you are there, you actually can realize that nature. That nature is very powerful, very beautiful. Because the mind is so serene, tranquil, still. No thought, nothing. No movement at all. completely tranquil, still. But just the awareness nature. Then from there, how it triggers thought process, consciousness, then how the content of consciousness went in. So all this need mindfulness, awareness to see them. And because we have the sense basis, and we exist within the existential world, so the external phenomenal world has a lot of sense data. Like our seeing consciousness, what are the sense data? Color, shape, and form from external. Then our hearing consciousness, the data, external sense data is vibration. Vibration can come in through various means. Some frequency within our audible range, we can hear them as sound, vibration, or music, or noise, or whatever. Then we have the nose, enable us to smell. So whatever fragrance or sense, what they call that thing that you can smell, fragrant, or any type of smell, whatever thing that you can come to smell them, they are the sense data. Then whatever food you take, or drinks or whatever, you can taste them. So then whatever that stimulate your tactile, you can actually sense them, hot or cold. The weather, whether pleasant or unpleasant, then the breeze that come, then nature's what they call condition. All this, you can experience them. Then the other one is your thought process, your mental formation, mental activity. So all this is what the sixth sense basis is all about. And from there, it triggers the phenomenal world of consciousness. That's why there is an illusion. Because the phenomenal world of consciousness, they arise through our sense door consciousness. Like I explained, it's like a projector, project. Whatever you come to perceive, or you become conscious of, is only a mental image in your mind. And how real can it be? It arises and it passes away, it comes and it goes. Split second is gone, split second is gone. So with awareness, mindfulness, you must see all this clearly. This is what creation is all about. Then the paticca samuppada, everything, you can see them. So through all this, you will come to know that if you meditate through the awareness-based meditation, you can stay with the awareness nature and develop this clear understanding. And this gives rise to a lot of wisdom, understanding. All the essential Dhamma of the Buddha, his teaching, you can understand them, you can realize them. Then this mind, once it develops the wisdom and the understanding, it realizes itself and sees. Then when it sees, you can actually develop the ability to have a glimpse of what that source is all about, that true nature behind is all about. Then you go through the what they call cessation of form and mind, which the Buddha called enlightenment. When you go through even a glimpse of it, when you come out of it, the form and mind that go through, when it arises again, you will understand what that thing is. You will awaken, at least the first stage of sainthood. And you're able to go in deeper for a longer period, then you will experience more and more understanding of what that nature is. So this is what the Buddhist meditation is all about. It's not about fantastic mind state or special psychic ability or magic. Nothing of that. It's just to realize all this, to understand all this, to develop the wisdom so that you can liberate the mind, free the mind from that Sakkāyadiṭṭhi or self-delusion and the ignorant or avijja that binds the living being to this, what we call existential world, so that you can break free from the birth and death of the segmented form of mind, so that you know clearly within who are you, what are you, and what die. Actually, like what is explained in the Heart Sutra, you will come to realize when you do this awareness-based meditation, no one die, no one born, no one sick, no one old. But that refers to the conditioned world. The conditioned world has birth and death. The conditioned world has all this duality within. It has karma. It has identification. It recognizes relationship. That it has the whole set of nature's law, especially the scientific law and the spiritual law that governs all of life and existence. The Buddha called it the Pancha Niyamas. So this whole process can be actually unraveled or developed as an understanding through the awareness-based meditation, the meditative process based on awareness, sati or mindfulness. So this is a very important understanding. So from this, the next time you meditate, you will know how to go into the awareness nature for a longer period. To understand it clearly that it is from here that everything comes to be. Then you will not be deluded by the phenomenal world of consciousness. Because that consciousness is actually like a great magician, like the Buddha's analogy, an illusionist that create illusion for you to believe, to get yourself entangled, to grasp, to cling, to hold and give meaning to the phenomenal world of consciousness. That's why it's an illusionary world, a phenomenal world, not what you think. Then when you see all this clearly, that wisdom that arises liberates your mind. Then the phenomenal world of consciousness and form loses its power to delude you, to condition you into grasping, clinging, suffering, affliction, no more. That's how you're free. That's how cessation from all suffering can come to be. This is what enlightenment in the here and the now is all about. So it's only wisdom, understanding that frees the mind, nothing else. Okay, so with this, we can continue. So go back and listen to this so that you can develop the clear understanding. And this is the secret of life. Then the whole of understanding the Dhamma, the teaching, and the meditation become very simple. And this is actually the basis of what the Surangama Sutta is all about. But I explain it to you in a summarized way, easy for you to understand. The Surangama is very complicated because that one, they find it very difficult to put into words to explain all this. Because the whole process, if you don't go through awareness-based meditation, it's practically impossible to understand the Surangama Sutta. You can only understand it like theoretical Dhamma. It's just like the Heart Sutra and all those various types of sutta. You learn it by heart, means through thought-based, knowledge-based. You cannot really understand and penetrate. Okay, so that is the one that I want to share today. Because somehow there were causes and conditions, and I also don't know why just in the meditation I started to explain that because maybe it's meant to be, so that all this teaching is going to come out now, and from now onward, the awareness-based meditation that you all do, if you have progressed, you will understand very clearly what I meant, and you will become very different. This is what I was trying to tell Pamasuri and those Kayamita who were present at the Thursday class. I say a few years from then, which is only the recent few months ago. Maybe in another 2 or 3 years or 5 years later, the way we talk different really. Because once you understand all this, your meditation become very different. Then all this transformation will make you different. Then when we come, when we talk about life, it's a completely different dimension of understanding. It's no more the worldly talk anymore. It's the understanding that allows us to share all this, which is actually very beautiful. Even in the early days, I used to tell you, oh, my last guy, he find me very interesting. The whole universe is 2 of us enough. We can talk unending. We can continue to share all these beautiful things, So this is what I mean. If you can develop all this cultivation and develop all this understanding, you become very different. You become very wise. And you are like full of joy, full of understanding, and so beautiful. Okay, so hopefully we can still cover a bit. 9:37 already. I think I only got 8 or 10 minutes left. Okay, at least we cover something. Now we go to the sutta. Those who receive the offerings of gods and humans, the Buddha of the present, in the 10 directions. See, look at the statement. The sutta says, those who receive the offerings from gods and humans, means the Buddhas and the great beings of the present in the 10 directions, means all over the 10 directions in the whole universe. Their numbers are like the Ganges sand. See, you look at, you know how long is the Ganges river or not? Yeah? How many kilometers? It's very long, isn't it? Could be 10,000 over kilometers, I don't know. Then, how much sand is it on the Ganges river? The shore and the river. The number of sand that you can calculate from there, the number of Buddhas that are present in the 10 directions, their numbers are like the sand in the Ganges river. Manifest within the world to bring what? Peace and comfort to living beings. And also to speak Dhamma such as this. True or not? Without the Dhamma, what is going to happen to living beings? There will be hardly any peace, understand? Now they are talking about world peace, understand? Or when there is this conflict, war, or whatever, which you can witness now. They ask for what? They ask for what? Starting with C. Don't fight, innit? Means what? Ceasefire, innit? There is peace to them, no? Understand not? At least don't fight. Then there is peace. But how much suffering, how much conflict, hatred that has been actually developed and conditioned into all this. And this is what suffering is all about. This is what affliction is all about. This is what war and conflict is all about. It is all about the teaching, the Dhamma. Without the Dhamma, without the teaching, living beings will be heedless. They will be afflicted, entangled. And suffering is the continuous outcome of the lack of Dhamma understanding. So this is what happened. So they manifest within the world to bring peace and comfort to living beings. Means resolve your delusion, your Sakkāyadiṭṭhi, your ignorance, so that you understand life, you know how to live life, so that you can be at peace with all things, so that you can resolve all issues amicably without misunderstanding, conflict, etc. And the other reason is also to speak Dhamma such as this teaching. This teaching is very beautiful. Without this teaching, living beings cannot understand who they are, what they are, and how they fall. How the process of creation, since the first thought of ignorance until now, the perpetual evolution. So this is a very big topic that can only be comprehended through the Dhamma understanding, through awareness-based meditation. Then the next part of the sutta says, knowing the foremost still extinction. This is the profound nature within. So knowing the foremost still extinction means cessation of form and mind. They use the power of expedient devices or skillful means to demonstrate the various paths or ways of understanding the teaching and cultivation. In reality, for the sake of the ultimate supreme Buddha vehicle. So whatever initial skillful means to bring about the initial teaching, their ultimate aim is to realize the final Buddha supreme vehicle. Knowing the conduct of living beings is the deluded way of living beings. The thoughts deep within their mind, their nature. Oh, sorry, this one is the mundane mind. The thoughts deep within their mundane mind, their habitual tendency, their habitual reaction, or karmic causes and conditions in the past. The nature of their craving, their desire, the power of their, what they call, here vigor is not the one that we use for our spiritual faculty. Here is all the very strong desire, your like very strong willpower, or intent to become successful, to succeed, or to win a war, or to become dominant, and all those things. So the nature of their craving, their desire, the power of their vigor, but the meaning is not the spiritual faculty, like what I explained just now. The tenacity to win, to become dominant, to be successful, and all things. And their faculties, keen or dull, they employ various causes and conditions, analogies, and verbal expressions to teach them the appropriate expedient devices. So it's not easy to teach living beings. Now you understand? Why? Because living beings, like you all know, they are so different now. And every kind you can find in this world, they are all, some are really crazy. And because of their coming past, they are so entangled. And because they are so divided, they have so many belief systems. And through all these belief systems, they created so many gods, so many beliefs. Not only that, they also created what they call ideology. Then they created concept, idea. And the worst one is tradition. Tradition. Then they establish all the so-called ideology to create the various system of governing. And also religion. So all this is what the world is all about. So this conditioned world, they have all this. So to teach living being is not easy. That's why when the Bodhisattvas, the Buddha, when they arise, they need to have the perfection, the complete, more or less 10 perfection, or for those great beings that are almost perfected themselves, but they choose to continue as great beings, to continue this work. They already have with them all of the understanding, the perfection of wisdom and virtue. That's why the bipeds, Fu Chu, Hui Chu, means they have perfected both wisdom and virtue to enable them to have the understanding to teach and share. So this is what the sutta is all about. In fact, this part of the sutta is very beautiful. No wonder I share the awareness-based meditation to you all today. Because to understand all this, you need to understand the awareness nature. Okay, we go on to the commentary. So in the outline, they mention the Buddha of the present. Commentaries by Xuanhua. Those who receive the offerings of gods and humans, meaning those who are worthy of offerings of the gods and humans. That's why the 9 great virtues of the Buddha is teacher of men and God. Then they are the worthy ones, worthy of offering, worthy of gift, respect, reverential salutation, and all the whatever things that you can offer to them, like medicine and all those things, the 4 requisites. The Buddha of the present in the 10 directions means all the Buddhas currently existing in all the 10 directions. Their numbers are like the Ganges sand, means their numbers are as many as the sand on the Ganges river. Manifest within the world means they appear in the existential world of the 10 directions to bring peace and comfort to living beings. Means they act out of here the word desire is not the correct one. Here is referring to the Buddha. They act out of their understanding, wisdom, to bring peace and security to living beings. Security means to overcome their fear, means to make them calm, peaceful, secure, means like there is a refuge for them to lean on to, so that they need not fear. And also speak Dhamma, such as this, means they also speak the wonderful Dhamma Lotus Flower Sutra, 妙法蓮華經. Knowing the foremost still extinction means knowing the number 1 Dhamma of still extinction, like I explained just now, the real mark, or the true nature within. The wonderful principle of the real mark. They use the power of expedience. So here Xuanhua explained, if they start out by speaking the real mark, no one would understand. Like what happened in the beginning when I was starting to share. And so they use power of various expedients and bestow the provisional teaching for the sake of the real. Then to demonstrate the various paths, means they set forth all manners means skillful means of Dhamma door, and various expedient devices or skillful means to teach the Dhamma. In reality, for the sake of the Buddha vehicle, the one supreme Buddha vehicle, they set them for, in fact, for the sake of the one vehicle. Their final aim, their ultimate goal, is to speak the Buddha supreme vehicle to cause living being to become Sammasambuddha. Then knowing the conduct of living being means the actions of living being, their thoughts deep within their mind, just what they are thinking, their habitual actions in their past, means the defilements, the habitual tendency, practice in the past life, now present as karmic retribution, etc. The nature of their desire and power of their vigor means they all have thoughts of desire and a different measure of tenacity or vigor in their cultivation. And their faculty, keen or dull. Some living being has sharp disposition of faculties, and others are slow-witted. Those with keen faculties are maybe intelligent people, but may not be wise. Those with dull faculties tend to be less intelligent, but sometimes they may be stupid. They employ various causes and conditions, means they use all types of causes and conditions or skillful means, even analogy and verbal expression, parables and phrases to teach them the appropriate expedient devices. According to their basic nature of living beings, according to the basic nature of living beings, they respond to them and teach them the Dhamma using expedient devices. For example, to living beings who are very stubborn, this one is added by Hsuan. They speak about compassion, and in this way take them across. They explain prajna, wisdom, to stupid living beings, so that they may give rise to wisdom. They teach scattered living beings how to cultivate Daihan Samadhi. To those who are lack, they teach vigor. Living beings who continuously violate the precepts are instructed in morality. People heavily burdened with greed are taught to give. They employ various expedient devices to teach living beings. This is what is meant, to teach them the appropriate expedients. So this one is explained by Hsuan. Maybe he just want to simplify it. But the true teaching of the great beings and Sammasambuddha is different. It depends on the audience, their capacity to understand, and they will teach accordingly. And there is no hurry. Everything is just the way it is. When there is condition, Dhamma will manifest. When there is no condition, nothing arises. So all these are very clear. Okay, we stop here. I mark this page. Page 490. So we stop here. So we'll now continue with our second session. Second session is meditation reporting, followed by whatever question you may have regarding the Dhamma, the teaching, the meditation, and also today's topic. We will discuss them all together. I think today's topic is very important, very interesting. You can go back and listen again and develop the clear understanding. It will help you a lot. Yeah, sadhu.
Good evening, brother.
Yeah.
Mrs. Teo, Sui, and all.
Yeah. Sadhu.
Just share my daily mindfulness.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
That one will be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because by now, I think most of you, you have developed the stability of your inner mindfulness or awareness. Then your daily mindfulness will come. When that one comes, you all will progress very fast.
So the other day, because I experienced heart palpitation.
You were in the hospital. You contacted me. There was a blessing in disguise for you to understand. At your age, it's good time to go in and because for you, it's not serious. It's just the palpitation from the work. It's nothing. It's good. Because at the slightest, because now you are sensitive. At the slightest, you should go in because the hospital is a good place to rest actually, and to develop all the second turning wisdom. This noble truth or dukkha is to be understood. Inside there you can learn. Very good.
There a lot of dukkha, right?
Yeah, a lot. That's why you saw around you. Wow, everywhere. But for us with the Dhamma, we can smile. And that's why you also told me the moment you enter, you already okay actually. But I told you, make full use of it to rest. Don't be in a hurry. Let them do all the checking and all those things, the diagnosis, the tests and all those things. It's very interesting. You look at how the actually doctors, the nurses and all those things and all the medical staff, most of them are very committed, and I so far may be lucky. All of them are very committed, very skillful and very good. Yeah, you continue. Yeah.
So, Brother, when they transferred me to the ward, right? I was entered into two
person per room.
Which I was
that
quite
one
happy.
is actually VIP lot, VIP ward.
But then the person which was already in the room when I went in, I saw that she was really down.
Yeah. A lot are like that.
Very down.
A lot. Yes.
Down and like whole heart.
Yeah. A lot of suffering. A lot of suffering.
Black color. But she's Indian, so maybe.
No, you can also sense on because your awareness is there. You can see on actually their consciousness different already on.
So at one point I also afraid, like she in the middle of the night she could attack me.
No need to be afraid on because this is what you will come to experience and realize. Consciousness is very beautiful one. The mundane consciousness, when you have the supramundane understanding and the nature inside there, you become very different. There is no fear, nothing. That one can understand a lot of things. But your time will come later, not now. But it's good to go through, to experience all this. It's very good. You continue.
So I took my bath I came out, then we started talking. Then she was talking about like what Prabhupada always describe. She said when she was young, she was so happy. She got a heart attack. That's why she went in. She was 62 years old.
Oh, not that old, older than you a bit.
12 years Prabhupada, very long.
But younger than me.
Younger than you. So she said, all this while, very happy, healthy, never get sick.
Correct.
Never take medicine. Suddenly hit by the heart attack. She didn't say she couldn't take it, but I can see that.
Whole life like completely destroyed, gone. That suffering, that misery, really, a lot of living beings never understood life. This noble truth or dukkha has not been understood. So when they confront, they really hit on, really afflicted on.
Really afflicted?
Yes, because Dhamma cultivator and practitioner are different. We contemplate before we even confront them. Then we develop the understanding. Then when we confront them, we not only very confident, you got no fear, nothing, and you can go through it very easily and you can come out of it very beautifully. Not a problem at all. And we can accept the reality of the format. Then we can see, we can observe, then we can see all the clear Dhamma understanding inside that. Where this noble truth or dukkha, the second turning, is to be understood. How can we understand it? It's only when we are with it, when we confront it, then we go through it, then we see how the mental, the fine aggregate of form and mind, how the mundane mind actually without the Dhamma, without the understanding, project itself, create the fear, the misery, the affliction, like what that patient that share room with you go through. Because to them it's like, how come like that? Sudden. happy-go-lucky life was good. Then suddenly, there is no such thing as sudden because you didn't have the understanding. Then you didn't even know your body. I mean, for her case. So because of all those things, they actually are caught. They caught unaware. Means they don't know what is going on, and they don't know that their body, the health and condition has deteriorated to that stage. Because before I even went in for my angel, which was about 2013, exactly 10 plus years ago, February. I think before Chinese New Year, I think end of January or early February, 11, coming to 11 years already, I think by next year. So that time, actually, before that thing happened, 3 months ago, actually I had the sign, and I knew. Then I say, what for? I say, I'm still okay. Then the nature inside tell me, you remember your mother also 60? Went into the emergency heart attack power. They call like yourself. My mother was more serious than yours. Heart power. What you call it? What power?
Palpitation.
Palpitation. Yes. My mother sweat. Heart attack. She kena heart attack. She sweat. No, whole shirt. You ask my wife, all wet now. Soaked in sweat now, and then she like. Find it very difficult to breathe now. I was holding her hand. I said, don't worry. I took her to see my classmate. And he said, heart attack. My classmate said, immediately admitted to UH. Then she recovered. So for me, actually, before that 3 months, the sign came, I already had the sign. I can sense it. Something not right inside there. Like, not the heart pain and all sharp thing, no. I don't have all those things. I can feel like something not right inside there. Then there is a eerie sensation, like associated with danger. Then I just relax, maintain awareness. Then I meditate. Then I recover. Every time I do that, I recover. At least 4 or 5 times, I think. I recovered. Then after that, that day, everything happened for a reason. Morning breakfast, I was having very good breakfast. I went to a Hainanese restaurant, I think. They make very good Hainanese coffee and some more very sweet. Then I took nasi lemak. I took the fried bihun. All the carbohydrate and very sweet one. Wow, my sugar actually shot up to almost 20. Then that time I was not on serial medication yet because I didn't know. I thought once a while, okay. Then actually that day when I came back, I was still okay. Then my son called me. He said, Daddy free or not? We go service the car. I said, yeah, I take you there. I took him there. So when I went to the German Motor, where the place that they do all the nice car, they got this special area for your special customer, coffee area. Wow, the reception is very good. Visit you, can I make you a coffee? Wow, another coffee. So that's why I had it. Wow, when that coffee, which was very nice, very thick, authentic one, capsule. When I drink that one, I straight away felt something inside, like already. Then I asked my son, I said, is it okay? Yeah, I said that is soon already. He said the fellow inspecting the car. Afterwards, I think we can go already. I said, I need to go back and rest. So as I was driving, I can feel this coming now. Then I wanted to actually reach the house and immediately I want to meditate and let it subside. But I was lucky when I reached the University Hospital, Jalan University, traffic light turning into SS2, near the Sinchu Jipo there. The traffic light, red light, very long one. So luckily I was there, then I rested. then that thing actually more or less subside. Then the green light, so I quickly drive home. Then I told my wife, I come in, I say, don't disturb me. I lie down there, I want to meditate. The moment I lie down, normally I go into that samadhi state, the silent mind, and I just rest there, then I recover. Cannot, no. The moment I lie down, that thing came back, no. Then I knew already. Well, 3 months ago, I already make the commitment. I said, never mind, I let the sign come. When the sign come, I admit. No. So that sign come, I asked my wife. I said, call the ambulance. Immediately call the ambulance. Then when the ambulance come, well, my wife told him heart problem. So he thought heart attack. Actually, it was a heart attack, actually. Then when they came, I walk out of the house, they look at me, you boleh jalan? I said, jalan boleh. So I went up the ambulance. The moment I reached the HUKM, I found there, the doctor all there, stretcher all there. Oh, immediately put me on the thing, took me in, then they did the ECG and all those things. Then after that, they jabbed me already. So, but the moment I reached there, when they do the ECG, actually I start to feel like normal already. Nothing happened already. But the first ECG showed the elevation, no. Then that it was near New Year, no. Then after that, after they jab already, I felt good already. I said, doctor, can I check with you? Can I go back? I said, I already okay. He looked at me, you know. Do you know you just had a heart attack? He showed me the ECG, you know. Huh? Heart attack? He said, you must stay here at least 3 to 4 days. He said, all night. Wow, I said, so serious. I said, okay. So I admitted. That's how I admitted. So we all will know one, because we are sensitive. So for your case, the power palpitation, the palpitation, not serious yet, but you know already, you're aware. That's why you alert your parent. Then they advise you to admit. So better admit. At the slightest, whatever, you government servant one. Myself also government servant one. My wife is a teacher. So admit, no problem. Then it's a lot of things that you can develop as understanding from that. Then what happened after she told you?
But brother, the palpitation was strong. It's not like.
I know, because it's from the work stress. No problem. So you go in, which is good. But the moment you rest, you recover very fast.
It stopped before I went.
Yeah. Well, the moment you relax, maintain awareness, it will actually slow down, then finally stop one. So no problem. So when you reach there, they cannot detect the palpitation, right? Palpitation.
No more. But the emergency say there's a spike.
Yeah. Means the ECG still shows something.
But when I went to the specialist cardio side, they say that one normal.
Yeah. Which is good because before you went, you already stabilized. You feel normal again already. Well, you know how to meditate. You don't have anxiety. You don't project your thought, no fear, nothing. You got fear, can land into a heart attack. Understand? Well, the palpitation is actually from stress. When you unknowingly actually give too much emphasis on your work, career, then this palpitation will come. Mostly from work stress or problem worrying them and all things. That's why those who have worry, anxiety, stress, problem, they are the one that develop heart attack and also chronic diseases, because the mutation of the cells, they will occur when you have fear, worry, anxiety. These are all negative energy field. Fear is a very severe negative energy field. It can cause your physical, they call it the cells within your physical body to mutate. You know what is mutate? It becomes abnormal cells. That's how cancer develops. Because of the energy, we are almost 80% of our body is liquid now. So when you have fear, worry, anxiety engulfing your body, that negative energy can cause your actually liquid crystal to actually mutate one, and the crystal will become like haphazard one. Then this one actually is the beginning of what they call your immune system will start to deteriorate. When it starts to mutate, your immune system will be affected. Well, you need all these good cells to build up your immune system. Also, of course, your nutrient, your nourishment, and all those things. Then sometimes whatever good supplement that you take, they actually boost up your immune system. Like certain type of mineral deficiency or vitamin deficiency, you take the supplement, they boost up your immune system. Then your cells all become beautiful. But when a person has stress, fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation, this mind state, the negative suffering, misery, can cause cells to mutate. And this is how they develop all the chronic disease and all the so-called heart attack and all those things. So you will start to develop all this understanding when you have Dhamma, mindfulness, awareness, that there is no fear. Once you've got no fear, that mutation process actually slow down a lot already, almost cannot continue already. But the person who don't have Dhamma, they will have a lot of fear, worry, anxiety, a lot of doubt, a lot of ignorant delusion. They don't know what is going on. Then when somebody tell them something, they panic. Then especially the doctor come out with the result of the chart. I think you have problem. That word problem make them very problematic. So some doctor, they actually, it's not to say they intend to actually panic you, but some private one maybe. They want to panic you, then they make money from you. But maybe not that ethical. Less of that type. But sometimes your karmic is like that. Last time you also like that type of doctor. You also prey on people's fear. Then this life you become the victim. You will go and visit all those type of specialists, and you kena from them back. You reap what you sow. But for us, good karma, we don't do all this stuff. Then keep your precept well. Then you will not encounter all these type of doctors. You will encounter very professional, very good doctors who take care of your health condition and all those things. Very good. So what happened after that?
Then she told me the symptoms are like what Brother Teo explained. Sweating all over.
That one heart attack already, severe heart attack already.
Then
sharp
breathe.
Pain, cannot breathe, sharp pain and all things.
Then she was on the oxygen tank. Then she said, just before I went in, she was still on oxygen tank and it was just taken
lady
off. Lady.
Lady means serious already. The lady normally artery don't block one. It's the valve and the heart muscle weak already.
Wonder.
The one very serious. Very, very difficult to heal one. Because means they overwork without them realizing it. They overstress themselves. Then they didn't take enough of this, what they call Q10. Good for heart muscle. Q10. If you take cholesterol pill, the Q10 is a supplement. That Q10 you don't take, their heart muscle will deteriorate. That's why the pharmacists, they know, the doctor also, they know. But it's expensive, so government doctor don't give you. So I have to buy myself. Not that expensive.
I think I heard of it, the Q10.
Q10, yeah. I think your parents must have taken.
My parents know lah.
Their heart very strong.
Don't know whether strong, but so far no heart attack.
Strong, 80 plus, no heart attack. So you don't worry, your DNA follow them. So that's why for you, it's not the heart, ventricle or muscle thing. So your artery also normally don't block on. Yours is because stress related with your work. Huh? So because you are still working, you are at your more or less prime of your career. So this period, slow down a bit, you need to delegate out. Without you also, you will run on the office. Don't worry. Bank Nagara got so many professional people. Let them fat why. You don't need to fat why.
Doesn't work that way about you.
Because sometimes we are too responsibly we are too what we call responsible conscious, understand? Because we have this we want to do our best, understand? So we take our duty and responsibility very seriously. We want to do, but actually in life it's not like that one. Because you must know your health situation. You are not there to like sell your health to the company, They pay your salary is in exchange for the work that they expect you to do. But if your health cannot permit or what, you need to see a doctor, you see a doctor. If I need to rest, I'm not well, I will just tell my office and I go. Because health is important, understand? We have to take care. But sometimes if it's urgent or what, then we need to contribute. If we can still do it, we do. But not at the expense of our health, understand? Never allow that. Because if you do that, you actually owe your body. Then you create unnecessary condition for the possibility of heart attack, all those things to happen. A lot of people collapse in the office.
Radio. We are lucky that you said that it was related to work.
Yeah.
So then after that, I pay more attention.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah, then you saw, because you like too responsibility conscious, understand? Whatever pushed to you, you didn't finish, like you feel very bad. You want to finish it. That one build up stress without you knowing it.
Not only that, very funny. Like today, actually because I take half day afternoon. So if I take half day afternoon, I don't want to go to the office in the morning, right? Waste of time.
Correct.
But actually today I'm supposed to work from the office. So happily in the morning I sat in front of the PC in my house. Then suddenly my colleague say, 10:30 got meeting, face-to-face meeting with outsider, not inside. Wow. Then I felt panic because I still at home. 9:30 But actually 9:30 to 10:30 can reach the bank easily.
No problem. No problem. But you worry.
But I realized.
That's why you aware the time you can see.
So I say, what's your problem?
Your thought will hurry you and create the panic. Actually no need.
Actually no need.
Not only that, you tell yourself, late lah. What the hell? You are Bank Negara, you are not the client.
This is an outsider.
Someone outsider. Aiyo. Actually, they supposed to wait for you. Don't worry. For me, I take my time. I said, it's okay. I tell my secretary, just take care of them.
Right now, I don't have secretary.
You don't have? Cannot be your whole office. You don't even have any...
I'm not big boss, ma.
Not necessarily big boss. You senior position, they will have to give you one.
I don't have. My boss got that, not me.
They make you your boss secretary. Hey, sometimes when my secretary is on leave, I will call the MD secretary. Hey, I will be out. If boss look for me, you let him know I will be out. I only back one time. Got him. Then if any call come, if urgent, please take for me. Because actually they are very helpful. Because when I first went in that time, we actually had on our, because we are senior manager in the GM, we have our secretary on the admin floor upstairs where we do our work. Then later I was asked to come down and help in the project side. Where they got problem in the project, they cannot actually handle. So project, I need project people who understand project work and all those things. So I cannot make use of my secretary up there. So I saw the ED, got one secretary. I called the ED secretary in. I said, can you help me? And he know I am from upstairs one. He know I report direct to the MD one. So he very friendly to me. Hey, Mr. Teo, no problem. Anything you want to type, you let me know. Oh, although she got a lot of work, she still helped me. But later on, she become my good friend. You ask why he came to my house. Every New Year last time, he'll bring some gift and all those things. Because I treat my staff very well. And they like me. Then sometimes she come and discuss things with me. Then during the MCO, the husband out of job. Then I managed to actually, well, I know one, that time I retired already. I know one, I think KLK people, yeah, a good friend. Then they need somebody to go to China. Then the husband know Mandarin one. I said, send to China, okay. Say, okay. That time no job. So went to China. So she full of gratitude and obligation. Off and on she will call me. Then the company will invite me, and I every time I go for annual dinner or what, I will go and sit around her table. So no problem. You learn to do all this. Because you senior now, they will oblige one. Because they also scared you take over the boss job. Then she under you now. She had to report direct to you. She will say, Man Yuen, no problem. Anything you want. Coffee? They really make for me. They call the asoa, the prepare coffee and tea. We are only senior staff get all this. Where we got a room, then they deliver the coffee. So they will come and ask me, they 中意飲點樣啊？Nescafe or so it's very friendly. Then when I was down there, they all very nice, very nice. Even the QS, or they treat me where they know from upstairs come down. These are the career side. You have to learn. No need to paiseh. Use noble effort power. Talk to people nicely. Then they will actually be friendly to you, and they are very helpful. This one brings about another condition. Because today I actually accidentally saw this word. You know what is marga? Path. Yeah? Means noble effort path. Understand? That's why it's related. Noble effort path. They got this word. Marga Vaga. Apamada Vaga. You know? Vaga means Dhammapada verse. Understand? So Dhammapada verse on Apamada is verse 21, 22, 23. This one is on Marga one. Marga Vaga means on the cultivation of the noble effort power. The meditation as taught by the Buddha. So this one is, I remember, verse 282. You go and read the whole section. Very good. I think I want to share that next time. So that Marga Vaga, very good. He said, without meditation, there is no wisdom. With meditation comes wisdom. So if you don't cultivate the heedfulness, the mindfulness, stabilize the awareness, then use it to cultivate the noble effort power, which is the meditation as taught by the Buddha, your wisdom cannot arise. That's why it's from apamada. So this marga is the noble effort power, the path that leads to the end of all suffering. So marga vaga are the Dhammapada verse to cultivate the noble effort power. So although the English translation is meditation, without meditation there is no wisdom. With meditation arises wisdom. So all these verses are very beautiful. So here meditation means develop the heedfulness to cultivate noble effort power. So when you apply noble effort power, whatever condition, it will be beautiful. Okay? Sorry, summarize now.
Sorry.
Sadhu.
Yeah. So correct. When I realized that I was panicking, it didn't panic so much. But still
it will subside. Then you will know how to maintain awareness, to relax and maintain awareness, to settle the mind.
And that lady in the hospital, right? After a while talking to her, I see that
she feel better.
She feel better.
You know why? Got somebody to share the suffering. They need a listener actually. And you listen attentively, and you just express all the what they call right speech, right thought, and radiate love and metta, and smile more, and wish them well. Don't worry. When I come in, I don't feel good, but now in this environment we will recover. So have faith. So normally I will talk to them, then I will give them hope. I say no problem, I say hospital is a place where you can recuperate and develop the recovery very fast. But provided we must have good mind state. When our body is sick, don't allow our mind also to become sick. Oh, then they look at you. Wow, this guy not bad. That's why the mind is very important. If you don't take care of mind, the body deteriorates very fast. The body already is sick, your mind also is sick, doubly sick. That's why the Buddha called it dukkha dukkata. Suffering within suffering. Because you already physically tormented, then mentally you also tormented. As I suffering within suffering. Dukkha dukkata. The Pali word is very good. Dukkha dukkata. We're suffering within suffering. Suffer until they don't know. Physically suffer, mentally also suffer. The fear, the worry, but they don't know what suffering is. To be in the state of dukkha, you must have mindfulness to be aware of what dukkha is. Otherwise, you cannot free your mind. Okay? Good.
Sadhu Radio.
Sadhu. Thank you. Let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That's why small thing, like you may think initially is not something very good or very auspicious. Means you got problem. It can be disease or whatever, like in the case of mania, palpitation. But you look at it with understanding, it will become a blessing in disguise. Where you can learn a lot of things from whatever happened. Like Shenhua used to express this, he said, whatever happened in life, he said, initially it may look like not a auspicious thing. He used the Mandarin word 不好的一个起头, means whatever happened, initially it may appear like it's not a good starting point or auspicious thing. But if you perceive it without negativity, with noble eightfold path, it will become a blessing in disguise in the end. Everything will fall into place and your life will turn around. That's why do not perceive it with negativity. Means no fear, no worry, no anxiety. Means accept the reality. This is the reality, like the Buddha said. Whatever happened, there are causes and conditions behind. So accept it. Understand? Then perceive it with wholesomeness means follow the Dhamma way, noble eightfold path, to resolve it amicably and move on. This is what life is all about. You understand this, you need not suffer. That's why the Buddha said under the third noble truth, suffering need not be. If you have the understanding, the wisdom, to accept the reality of the moment, then live, move on. Why panic? Why fear? Because you don't understand your thought process. You project and you worry. Understand? Fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, and lamentation come from delusion, ignorance. Not having the understanding to be at peace with the moment. To be at peace with the moment is not easy. You must have Dhamma, wisdom, like the Buddha's words. whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. Understand? That word itself actually is wisdom, free you. You got causes and conditions, what? You panic for what? Understand? Understand the causes and conditions, then move. Do what you have to do and resolve it amicably. Need to ask for forgiveness, ask for forgiveness. Need to repent. Then determine not to repeat all this. But for us, no need. We already cultivated. Then invoke power of marriage for causes and conditions to turn around. That's how. We move from 1 to 3. Number 2, no need already. We cultivate all the way. Then no need to, after that, vow not to repeat all this, to follow the advice of the Buddha. You follow the advice of the Buddha a long time ago. That's how. You develop the Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. You cultivate all the way. So step 2, actually, no need already. Cultivate all the way. Understand? So, ask for forgiveness, then straight away invoke power of marriage for turnaround. Then meditate, silence your mind, relax. Then follow Noble Eightfold Path. Whatever, it will just get resolved. Okay? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let us share merits. Starting with the Devas. Akasata ca bhumata devanaga mahindika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakantu lokasasana Etta wata camehi sampadan punya sampadan sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu nyatayo Evo wasatu kalena sasa sampati heto ca pito bhavatu loko ca raja bhavatu dhammiko imina punyang kamena mame bala samagamo lang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya sadhu Sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you all can now be respect mindfully the Lord Buddha, Kuan Yin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy ones. And we end. Sadhu. Then there is a good news. Brother Tion's surgery is very successful, and he has recovered very well. Sadhu. So that the Pamasuri called me and conveyed the message. He thanked you all. For helping to send the POH and also the metta and all those things. Okay.